Hey friend, Brandon here. In February of 2018, the Apple HomePod was released to go head-to-head with Amazon's Alexa and Google's Home devices, and was met with incredible fanfare. It was a huge success. Just kidding, it wasn't. But it is now 2020, and Apple has announced this little guy, the HomePod Mini. It's so tiny, and as an audio engineer, I want to know how good this little thing sounds, especially in comparison to the new Nest Audio that I recently reviewed, and many of you actually really liked, so we're gonna put them head-to-head. So let's find out how good this thing is, because this is Tech Today. When the original HomePod came out, it was at a price of about $300, which is really expensive. And while it sounded really good, it had a ton of limitations on what it could actually do, and it used Siri. So it was all speaker without, the smart. There's actually a review of the original HomePod, which you can check out up here if you want to. Oh. So this little guy is 3.3 inches tall and is a 360 speaker, so it has audio that goes on all around it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of an Asian pear or a Korean pear. Has a nice squishy cloth feel to it, interesting. And then you have a little sticker underneath here for the Apple logo. And then alongside the back, you do have a built-in cable. So if this breaks or anything, you can't replace it. That's kind of a bummer. But on the plus side, looks like the power cable itself is using USB Type-C. Interesting. And then inside the box, you have a charger, which is nice. And oh, you even get a sticker in this one too. It's a little white one. Now, if we're talking about being environmentally friendly and not putting things in the box that you don't need, to be honest, how many of us actually need those Apple stickers? Just the thought. Probably not a popular opinion, but you do have a black HomePod Mini with a white charger, which is not the best, and I wish this was actually a 90-degree charger, especially for something that is a home device, so you can put it against your wall and it's not kind of popping out so much. So let's get this guy plugged in. So along top you'll see a touch surface with a plus and minus sign for volume, I'm assuming, and then some LEDs along the bottom. Oh. Okay, I'm already a little bit impressed. I do really like the way that it just kind of breathes and has this nice little look to it. It's way nicer than the Nest Audio, which just has these 4 LEDs on here. Yeah, this has a more interesting vibe to it. Let's see how you set this up. Okay, so the setup is just like what you would have with the AirPods or AirPods Pro. You just plug it in and you get a notification on one of your Apple devices. So I even saw it on my iPad, but this is also showing up here on my phone. So you just hit setup, and then you have iCloud for home, and you can set up things in the Home app. Oh, and then you hold it over. I don't know how that works. That's crazy. So as you know, it does use Siri, and it does have some assistant stuff built in, but it also integrates with HomeKit, which Apple's really pushing into and trying to expand on. And this is a little bit of like a Trojan horse for their strategy because it has ultra wideband. So because of that wideband chip, it allows it to know where you are in the room. So if you have a wideband supported device like the new iPhones, it'll be able to tell where you are. And that's actually a really cool and good thing for smart home devices because it's more contextually aware. On top of that, Siri does allow multi-user support, so if you provide access to 6 people total and within your household, it'll give personalized information for each of those people. All right, let's listen to some songs and find out how well it performs. Now, one thing that's really cool is that you can hold your phone up to your actual HomePod device and it'll transfer over to the HomePod. And this handoff is pretty much the Apple ecosystem. It works with the Apple TV, HomePods, your Mac, things like that. And you can group 2 of them together for a stereo pair, or put multiple HomePod Minis throughout your house and control it differently based upon that. The ultra wideband capabilities and the multi-user capabilities kind of work together, so it's able to recognize who's asking for what and what speakers should respond to the person asking. So I do have the new MacBook Air here, and if you go up to the sound settings, you have the ability to just click on Office, and then transfers over to the HomePod Mini. That's actually pretty sweet and something that you don't have with the Nest Audio. Ecosystems, they're kind of amazing, but obviously restrictive. Wait a minute, do you hear that? That's the sound of so many of you who are not subscribed, so go ahead and become one of the subscribers. Now, I'm not too sure about this whole 360 audio thing. I'm not sure how often you're gonna put this in the center of your room. Most of the time, you're gonna put it along the side of a wall, maybe next to a bookshelf or next to your TV. So I kind of understand why the Nest Audio is directional rather than a 360 design, especially when you have this cable here. I don't know if I'd want this in the middle of a table because, I mean, Look at that. One of the things that's really interesting is intercom. It's the ability to broadcast a message to all of your HomePods within your home. Hey Siri, intercom. What do you need from the store?
Okay, intercom to everyone in Brandon's home.
What do you need from the store? Maybe some eggs and milk. Maybe some eggs and milk. Who remembers the Nextel walkie-talkies? It's kind of got that vibe going on here and I kind of like it. I don't think that's in the Google Home app. I'm so curious. Okay, so it is actually available on the Google Home app. You see the broadcast option right there. So that isn't actually unique to the HomePod Mini, so good to know. Now to find out about its volume level and its sound quality. There are a few songs that I'll listen to that I can't actually put here in this video because of copyright stuff, but two of them are from Daft Punk. One is called Doing It Right from Random Access Memories because it has a really nice low end, and then Solar Sailor from the Tron soundtrack. Once again, a really good low note that most of the time when you listen to certain sound systems, that note tends to just disappear. Go ahead and listen to it. You'll understand what I mean. Nah. It can't hit that note. So as a whole, I'm actually kind of disappointed in this speaker. I know a lot of people are saying that sounds really good, and I mean, for its size, when you compare it to something like the Google Home Mini, it definitely sounds way better than this thing. This thing sounds kind of like trash. So this is definitely a big step up. But when you start comparing things not by its size, but its price point, things are a little bit different. So for this, it doesn't have much low end. It sounds better 2 clicks down from the max volume, and it sounds a little bit honky to me. Let's compare it to the Nest Audio. So here's a song I'm going to utilize for reference so you can tell what it sounds like normally. Let's check it out. Now let's compare it with the HomePod Mini and the Nest Audio. So the thing you're probably already noticing is the volume levels between the two devices is definitely way different. Obviously, they're able to fit a much bigger speaker into this device, and there are multiple drivers. I'm not sure how many drivers are in this, but you know, there's some physics going on. You have a tiny speaker. But they both cost the same amount, and there are more colors for the Nest Audio, so that's something to consider. Oh, if you buy 2 Nest Audios, they'll knock $10 off the price. We just gotta say it how it is. Oh, do you hear that? That's the sound of me asking you to hit the like button. So let's find out for sure what the decibel levels of the two devices are. For the HomePod Mini, the white noise generator averages about 92 decibels. And then about 86 decibels for the pink noise generator. And for the Nest Audio, the white noise generator hit about 99 decibels. And the pink noise was about 94 decibels. So we're definitely seeing quite a difference between the two devices. Since I can't play Daft Punk, we're gonna listen to another song that has a good amount of low end to it, and hopefully you can tell the difference between the two. As a whole, and coming from an audio engineer perspective, I'm way more disappointed in this than I was expecting. In terms of design and size, I would say definitely goes to the HomePod Mini. I like the top display, I like how small it is, but I don't like that I can't disconnect the cable like on this one. I will say the Nest Audio does have more color combinations if you want to go with that, and a privacy switch that's built into here. For Apple, you just have to trust their privacy claims. In terms of sound quality, definitely the Nest Audio. Much louder, much fuller, much clearer. This one seems a bit honky and not really all that full in comparison. In terms of the assistant, well, it's Siri, so the Google Assistant's gonna win out in terms of actually being helpful. But I will say being within the Apple ecosystem is quite nice. The ability to hand off audio between your phone, your AirPods, your laptop, all these different things is actually really nice and really, really powerful and convenient. And while we do need to give credit to ultra wideband, we also have to review this as it is now. It wouldn't be fair for me to review things purely based upon what will come, but it's fair to say if Apple pulls off ultra wideband amongst HomeKit devices, that can be a really, really powerful thing in terms of actually being convenient for a smart home. That is in comparison to all of the different things you can do with the Nest Home devices. And then in terms of price, I actually would have to say the Nest Audio wins as well because you can buy 2 of them and get a discount. Otherwise, if you're only buying 1 of these, it's an even draw at $99. Oh, and both of them don't have aux support, but this one does support Bluetooth, so that's nice. that this one doesn't. Now, if you're considering getting either a Sonos device or a HomePod Mini, I will say the Sonos devices are going to sound a lot better, but the HomePod Minis can be more convenient and helpful. If you're considering between Sonos and the Nest Audio and the HomePod Mini, then it's a very clear suggestion to go with the Nest Audio. But I will say I still really prefer having smart home devices that have a screen on it. But if you're just going for a speaker, the Nest Audio definitely wins. I have to admit, I'm actually really bummed out by this. I was really hoping to be really surprised by Apple's newest offering, but once again, just like with the original HomePod, I'm just gonna have to return it. It just doesn't cut it for me. But this time, we can at least find some smart in this speaker. So if you wanna pick up any of these smart home speakers, there are some links down below in the description. They're affiliate links and they do help support the channel. And I'd love to know what your thoughts are on the HomePod Mini. What are the things that you look for in a smart home speaker device? Do you care that it doesn't have a screen? How important is audio quality to you? All those different things. I'd love to know. Go ahead and leave some comments down below and in the This Is Tech Today community Discord chat server. Thanks so much for watching This Is Tech Today, where we talk about the intersection of technology in our everyday lives, in business, and in all things creative. Until next time. Oh, do you hear that? That's got me. I guess that'll teach me to trick you to hit the like button.